trying to coddle him for? Let the man walk off, have some time to himself, sit down, soak it up, and come up with what he needs to do.
Which one? Which one? From here?
Yeah, from here.
All right, so. Oh, hell yeah, let's go.
It's hard to imagine the kind of pain that comes with seeing your child broken, bruised, and fighting to recover from something they should have never experienced. For T.I. and Tiny, the nightmare they always feared has finally caught up to them. Their son, King Harris, once a boy the world watched grow up on reality TV, now lies in recovery after a shocking jail incident that could have ended his life. What happened inside those walls is more than just another headline. It's a wake-up call, a brutal reminder that choices carry weight, and even the son of a hip-hop legend isn't untouchable. From the outside, King's life always looked picture-perfect. He was born into a family where the cameras never stopped flashing, where success and money seemed endless. He had what most kids only dream of: fame, luxury, opportunity. But for King, that wasn't enough. From the time he was young, he carried himself like someone who had something to prove. He didn't just want to be T.I. and Tiny's son. He wanted to carve out his own image, one that screamed toughness, independence, and fearlessness. And in chasing that, he slowly drifted into a storm that now threatens to consume him. People had been warning about this for years. His online rants, his violent outbursts, the way he clashed with fans and critics alike, it all painted the picture of a young man spiraling. Videos of King in fights would surface online, his temper flaring in ways that made him go viral. Sometimes it was dismissed as youthful rebellion, but those who knew the streets could see the danger. They knew that the kind of energy King was putting out would eventually attract the wrong attention. And unfortunately, they were right. The arrest was the moment everything changed. Suddenly, King wasn't just another celebrity kid acting out online. He was locked up, stripped of privilege, and thrown into a world where toughness isn't about what you post on Instagram, it's about what you can survive. In jail, names don't matter. Fame doesn't matter. What matters is respect, and respect is earned in brutal, unforgiving ways. King, for all his bravado, was now face-to-face with a reality far darker than anything he had experienced before. It didn't take long for the tension to explode. Reports say it started as an argument, words thrown back and forth, tempers flaring. Maybe it was jealousy, maybe it was pride, maybe it was just bad timing. But in a place like that, words can turn deadly in seconds. The shouting escalated into shoving, and before long, fists were flying. Guards tried to intervene, but by the time they did, the damage had already been done. King was left battered, shaken, and most terrifying of all, marked. Because in jail, once you clash with the wrong people, the fight doesn't just end. It follows you, whispers spread quickly. King Harris, the son of T.I., had gotten into it with gang members inside. And once that rumor started, it only grew. Some claimed weapons were involved, others said it was a setup, a planned attack to show that even celebrity kids could be broken. Whatever the truth, one fact remained clear: King wasn't safe. And when he was rushed into medical care, the reality of the situation became unavoidable. He wasn't just bruised, he was fighting to recover. For T.I. and Tiny, the news hit like a wrecking ball. Imagine being parents who have spent years warning your child about the dangers of trying to live a life that isn't meant for you, only to get the call that the very thing you feared has happened. Tiny reportedly broke down, her emotions spilling onto social media through cryptic posts that hinted at the pain she couldn't put into words. T.I., on the other hand, was left balancing anger, fear, and guilt. This wasn't just a headline. It was his son's life hanging in the balance. The family rushed to get updates, but even that came with its own heartbreak. The reports were conflicting. Some said King's injuries were serious, that he barely escaped with his life. Others tried to downplay it, suggesting it was just another scuffle. But the truth lay somewhere in between. A young man whose body may heal, but whose spirit had been shaken in ways no one could fully understand. Recovery isn't just about bandages and medicine. It's about facing the demons that led you to this place in the first place. And for King, this was the crossroads. Would he see this as a wake-up call, A chance to change course before it's too late? Or would he double down, letting pride and stubbornness pull him even deeper into the fire? Only time will tell, but the early signs have people talking. Doctors reportedly advised rest and careful monitoring, hinting that the damage could leave long-term effects if he isn't careful. The bruises may fade, but the weight of what happened won't disappear so easily. Family members have been standing by him, posting emotional words of support, but also showing the cracks in the Harris family's once polished image. The world isn't seeing a glamorous reality TV family anymore. They're seeing a family broken by fear and uncertainty, desperately hoping their son can pull through. The industry, of course, couldn't stay quiet. Other rappers began weighing in, some offering prayers and support, others criticizing King for bringing this on himself. Fans were just as divided. Some flooded the internet with sympathy, pointing out that no matter what mistakes he made, no one deserves to be beaten within an inch of their life. Others were harsh, saying this was the reality check King needed, that his arrogance had finally caught up to him. The debates raged across social media, with King's name trending for all the wrong reasons. And in the middle of all this, noise stood T.I., a man who built his career on speaking about survival, about leaving the streets behind, about using success to rise above the traps that destroy so many young men. Now he was forced to confront the fact that his own son had fallen into those same traps. The irony is cruel, almost poetic, but for T.I., it's not art, it's life. A life where every decision now feels like a battle between saving his son and watching him spiral further away. The biggest question now is what comes next. Will King's recovery inspire change, pushing him to finally listen to the lessons his parents tried to teach? Or will the scars only harden his resolve to prove himself in a world that has already shown it doesn't care about his last name? Recovery is more than just physical, it's about decisions, mindset, and direction. And as King fights to heal, the choices he makes in the coming months will define whether this was a turning point or just another chapter in a downward spiral. For now, all anyone can do is wait. The Harris family waits for updates, the fans wait for news, and T.I. waits for the moment he can finally look his son in the eye and know he's safe. But safety in this situation isn't guaranteed. Behind the walls of jail, grudges linger. Enemies don't forget. And even outside, the weight of this incident will follow King wherever he goes. One thing is certain. King Harris is no longer just a kid acting out online for attention or clout. He's now a young man standing at a dangerous crossroads, forced to confront the harsh realities that life has thrown his way. The recent incident he faced wasn't just a brush with danger. It was a wake-up call, a near-death experience that has shaken not only him but also everyone who loves him. It's no longer about internet antics or headlines. It's about survival, about identity, and about the kind of man he chooses to become from this point forward. The truth is, when you come that close to losing your life, everything changes. You see the world differently. The noise, the fame, the ego, they all fade in the shadow of mortality. And now, King Harris is at a point where he must decide. Will he take this experience as a turning point? Will he learn from the pain, the fear, the consequences? Will he channel the strength of his scars into a new path forward, one built on wisdom, purpose, and self-control? Or will he ignore the lessons, fall back into destructive patterns, and continue down a road paved with violence, recklessness, and pain? Because the reality is brutal. Many young men don't get second chances. And if this brush with death doesn't change him, the next time, there might not be another chance. There's only so many times you can tempt fate before fate responds. For his parents, T.I. and Tiny, this is more than just a crisis. It's a fight for their son's life and future. They've watched him grow up in the public eye, but no spotlight can prepare a parent for the fear of losing their child. The struggle now is not just about healing physical wounds. It's about helping King heal from within, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Because what he's fighting isn't just danger on the outside. He's fighting inner demons, influences, pride, and pressure. No parent wants to bury their child. And for T.I. and Tiny, that fear is real. It's urgent. The only thing standing between King Harris and tragedy right now is recovery. Recovery not just from injuries, but from the path he's been walking. It's time to choose life, purpose, and growth before it's too late.